Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're here for another beginner's guide, this time to PGA 2K21. I don't play this game a ton on the channel, but I do play it a lot in my free time, and I really like it. So I do this series just kind of to put out a beginner's guide, because when I get a new game, sometimes I'm confused, and I like to look up some stuff about the game, and there aren't really that many good beginner's guides to a lot of these games on YouTube. So I want to do my part and try to put this out to help you guys. So with that being said, make sure you leave a like if you want to see more PGA content on the channel or more beginner's guide. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That'd be super helpful. We're pretty close to 500 subscribers, and if we could get there, that would just be super awesome. So with that being said, we have a lot to talk about today, so let's just kind of get into it here. The first thing I want to talk about is something kind of mundane, but in the settings, if you want to play online as a beginner, I would highly recommend starting out on Pro if you just want to kind of get into it. If you're offline, it doesn't matter, you can just play it whatever you want, but if you are online, it's gonna be set to Pro. And if you start out in, amateur, which I did when I started this game, I hadn't played a PGA game since I think 2013 when I got this game. I love to golf, but I hadn't played one, so I started out on amateur, and that kind of held me back a little bit when I get into online, because it gets a lot more difficult, let me tell you. So I recommend, if you're gonna play online, starting on Pro. You can do whatever you want, but it will help you out if you start on Pro and just kind of throw yourself into it there. So there's that just to start off, and here you got kind of your bread and butter, your my player. So one thing about this game is you actually can't play as real life PGA pros. You play as your my player. So there you can see we got my player there. We got the clubhouse pass here, which is essentially the battle pass. I haven't bought it. I don't really want to use my money on that, to be honest. There's so many battle passes these days, I just can't keep up with all of them. And so here, I'm not going to go into that, but you can just obviously name your guy and do whatever you want to do there. For clothing, you can choose whatever you want. There's some pretty outlandish stuff here. You can see I got my America pants on and all that stuff. You'll notice I won't have a ton of stuff, because what I usually do is I use my coins, which you can see in the top right corner up there, and go into online and just play wager matches and gamble all of my money away. So I don't really buy things in this game, which you'll see here. Your clubs, I still have like all the base clubs, but one thing that's interesting about this game compared to the older PGA games is your player doesn't actually have attributes, but your clubs do. So if you get these, you can just kind of use these for to upgrade your player and hit the ball further in the game. So you're gonna make sure you stay on top of those. I haven't, which is my bad, but you should probably stay on top of that, to be honest. Next up, we got just kind of your play now here. Oh, one more thing that I forgot to mention in the my player is if you click L1 or L2, this is how you're gonna play split screen. So if you go over to guest, this will be the guest player if you want to play with your friend split screen. I forgot to mention that. That's my bad. But you can change those two if you want. I haven't, because I don't really play split screen with anybody, so I haven't messed with that. But here you just got your quick play type of stuff. You can do your local match. This is what I like to do sometimes, because I had a small PGA career on the channel, so I don't really play my career alone, because I didn't want to mess it up if I ever wanted to come back. But here you got all the stuff you can set up. There's a ton of courses. There aren't that many actually licensed courses in the game, but a huge part of this game is custom courses, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But there's so many courses here. You can see how many holes it has, what's the speed of the course, that's that little arrow. The diamond is the difficulty of this course, and there's just a lot of stuff, information that you can get here. You can see the downloads there, and then the star rating, obviously. So there are a ton of courses to choose from in this game. If it's a major course in the world, it's probably on this game, which is kind of nice. There's a lot of formatting settings you can play here as well. You can do stroke play, Stableford, match play, skins. I love skins. I don't know, I got a gambling problem. 4-ball, alternate shot, and scramble. You can change the rules and stuff here, what kind of tees you're playing from, your handicap, all that stuff. Another thing that I would say too about the playing on pro is that when I played on amateur, I got really good at this game. So you can see my handicap is very, very good. But I'm not that good in online play anymore. So yeah. Here you got your matchmaking. There's not a ton in here, but I spend most of my time in here, if I'm being honest. You can quick play with just random people or your friends or whatever you want to do there. 2 to 4 players, 3 holes. That's a pretty fun one to play. I recommend that one. High rollers, that's the one I usually play quite a bit. Just a quick game. Make some money or lose some money and get out of there. You can go head-to-head for 9 holes or teams for 9 holes, and then you can do a lower version of high rollers, 9 holes, and the buy-in is only 90 coins for that one. So these ones, the bottom 3 here, I find to be a little bit too long because it does get pretty long when you got 4 people going back and forth. But you can do your private matches there, or you can join a private match, obviously. Here you have your career, so we're just going to go into my career. I've played it a little bit, but not too much. You can start from Q School, the Corn Ferry Tour, or just get into the actual PGA Tour here. As you can see, you got your sponsorship goals right here. You can see your standings right there. You got your event. You can take a look at the schedule here, and you know, stats, records, all this kind of stuff. Career mode is heavily based off of rivalry systems, which is kind of interesting. At career mode in this game, it's not super deep. It's not my favorite thing in the world, if I'm being honest. Custom societies, this is kind of like your leagues or your clans, whatever you want to do there. Pretty interesting. I don't really have any friends that play this game, to be honest, so I haven't joined any except this one. This is the primary PGA Tour 2K21 club. You can just join it whenever you want. It's got a lot of special events going on in here. If you follow them on social media and stuff, they usually announce the events, and there's just a lot of fun stuff that you can look at here. And I recommend getting into these. There's a lot of good rewards to be had from joining that specific society. Or if you have friends, you know, you can get your friends together, start up a league, do whatever you want there. That's pretty fun. We got training here. That's pretty self-explanatory. And then my personal favorite part of the game is the course designer. I've never been able to actually make a good course, but there's a ton of stuff you can do here. I'm not going to get too deep into the course creator in this video because that's kind of more advanced. There's a lot of stuff. I could make another video on that if you guys would like to see it, so let me know down in the comments if you want to see another course creator video. But essentially, you can make just about anything you want in this game. There aren't that many licensed courses, like I said, but just the amount of courses that people have been able to make with this course designer is insane. So if this is something that you're interested in and you have the time to get into it, it's an awesome feature. I really love this feature in the game. It's just really time consuming and not super easy to manage, so I haven't played that much, but that's what I got here. I'll hop into a match for you guys quick and just show you guys kind of the basics of the match, and then we'll just kind of wrap it up here, I guess. So let's go into here. I'll show you how to set up a match as well. So we're gonna do a new round, and we will go to, let's see where we want to go. So you can see on this screen here that's coming up, they got their recommended courses. All of these say official at the top, so these are actual ones that are in the game, but we're not going to do that. Let's go into the trending setting, and let's play some let's go to, where should we go? I'll make a choice quickly. Something on this page. I didn't want to play one of the official ones, but we'll do it. Let's go to Copperhead. Let's go to Copperhead. So we're gonna go here, go into our settings. We want to play a stroke play one with, how can I do this? I'll just do front nine. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, obviously, but, and yeah, so you can change your weather settings here, and then we will go in here. We'll just begin the round. As you can see, it's just me. You could press square to add a player if you want to play what's it called, split screen, but we're not going to do that. We'll just get into a game here, and then I'll show you guys what to do. Alright, so as you can see, if you're a new player, this could be a little bit confusing here. So at the top of the screen up there, you have your weather, or your wind in the direction. And then in the top right, you obviously got your shot number and your score overall. So in the top right, I said top right for the score, that's in the top left. In the top right, you can change your club here. If you go up or down arrow, you can just change your club, and then you can change your shot type as well, but that's actually that's not on your drive. So we're gonna ignore that for now. I'll show you guys that one in a second. If you press triangle or Y, it'll bring you up here. You can see where your ball is going to land, maneuver it around to where you want. I'm going to try to go onto the left side here a little bit because, as you can see, the wind is going far right. If you do L3, you can kind of change just your camera view here, and if you do O, you'll pull up the actual map of the course. You can kind of see your prediction for where you're going to go on here. L1, you can change your shot trajectory, and R1, R1 you can change like your shot trajectory, and then L1 you can kind of just see the lie of the ball. So with that being said, I just messed with a ton of stuff, so this is probably going to be terrible, but we're going to hit it. And you can see I did fast there, so it's going to slice all the way across. I don't know, that was kind of whack, but so now we're kind of in the rough here. We're gonna hit a 5 hybrid. We're in a terrible spot, so we're just gonna hit this boy here, and see what we can do. Another fast one there. See, I'm not playing very well, but you guys get the idea here. This is a little bit embarrassing, but all right. So this is where it gets to the part I wanted to show you guys. So we got our lob wedge out, right? So we're gonna be right in the middle here. You would not use this here, but I just want to show you for purposes. So this is a normal shot. You can do a chip shot, or you could do a splash shot. So if you do the side arrows, those will come up for you here. You can do a flop shot as well, a pitch, or normal. Those come into play a lot more when you're around the hole, but we are not around the hole. Okay, a little bit slow on that one. Wow. So this is not going well for me, but okay, this is good. This is good. So we got the gap wedge. We're gonna hit a splash shot and try to land it right in front of the hole. A little bit fast there, but not bad. Get us up there. And then when you're putting, you got, if you're playing on the pro difficulty, you have 3 chances to kind of get a putt read, or you can just read these lines. So you can see it's sloped a little bit to the left there, so I want to aim a little bit to the right. I probably would not use one of these in this situation, but I'm going to use one just to show you guys. So if you hold down X, it'll show you where your putt is going to go if you hit it right down the middle. So we're going to go a little bit more to the right and hit it. Pretty spot on there. So then it's going to go in there, and we got a par. So that's just a little bit of the basics of this game. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like if you did. That would be super helpful, and try to subscribe. We're getting close to 500, and if we could hit that, that would just be awesome. I'm going to hit one more drive to prove I'm not a complete naff quick. As you can see, way fast again, and we're going to go into the water, further proving my naffness, and that's a pretty good spot to end it, I think. So I hope you guys are having a blessed day. This has been Decaf Dr. Thunder, and I'll see you guys next time.